Sierra Oscar Foxtrot, this is 614. Status check on podcast. I'll copy over.
614, this is Sierra Oscar Foxtrot. Roger, copy all. Podcast going live. Time now.
Hello and welcome to the Sierra Oscar Foxtrot podcast. I am your host, Brian Stanfill, and with me is my brother from another mother, Mike Phillips.
How's it going, everybody? Brian?
It's going good. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Nice. Shriveled to the left?
Yeah.
That's good.
Short
That's good.
shriveled, always to the left.
Hey, you know, it's cold out there.
Right?
That's what I say.
Yeah. Well, you did earlier.
Oof, man, it is, yeah. But, you know, that's what I tell all the girls. Anyways. I know Mike's wondering, because I've kept him in the dark for the majority of this podcast, of why we're doing this podcast. He didn't even know we're doing one.
Why would you do such a thing?
Well, because it's secret. I haven't checked your clearance yet.
I was about to say, you don't know what I got.
So, the reason, though, why we are doing what we're doing here is really to, you know, we want to illuminate veterans. Not just in bright lights, but, you know, we want to hear from them, their stories. Because the commonality with us all is that we all agreed to don the uniform for our great country. We just want to extract the uniqueness in each individual who decided to volunteer. Because with that comes wisdom, knowledge, experience, and some fun, as we will tease each other. Because it'd be boring if we didn't.
Yeah.
No shit, there I was, driving in a convoy 30 miles an hour. It was great. Nothing happened. Yeah, that's what people come to listen to, you know. So, this podcast is obviously the first amongst many. Mm-hmm. Like lots of podcasts. There will be a lot. Big numbers. I'm quadruple digits one day, you know.
Yeah. He scares me with this stuff.
Yes, you know, we're going to be old. It'll be like, was it from the Muppets? You know, those guys in the top, you know? Mortimer and...
yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's what we're going to be of. Well, this will be a podcast. That green fog over there. But, us. This is what this is our origin story here. Because you guys want to know who the hell we are. Well, my name is Brian Stanfill. Quick, down and dirty. From Orlando, Florida. Born and raised. I joined the Army when I was 17. Started off in the reserves. Worked my way up from reserves to active duty. Was a 12 Bravo combat engineer. That was my MOS. Did light wheeled in the reserves down in Orlando. Yeah, wheeled. We rolled. I had a dump truck.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. That's right. You know, don't mess with me. I can drive a dump truck.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right. I'll move dirt. Probably why I'm now as a licensed general contractor.
Yeah, that's right.
But after that, so I was 17 when I joined. You were
17.
17.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want the people to know out there there's a little age difference between us.
Just a little bit.
Just a little. Like, you know, a decade or so.
Yeah.
The reason why is because I'm a Gen Xer and he's a millennial, and I need to know.
We won't get into that.
I just need to understand the millennial way of thinking these days.
No, we don't. You can't generalize the whole generation.
Why not?
Not in the way of thinking.
Can you not be their representative?
No.
Well, then
How hard was it to get me to do this?
Oh my God, it's like pleading. I mean, if there wasn't a phone in your hand, you wouldn't do this.
Right, yeah. I ain't one of them millennials.
No. You're a special kind of millennial.
Yeah.
So we've got that going for us, though. You know, because different viewpoints.
Yeah.
I think it's good, you know. I'll tell you how it was back in the day because that's what I got, the back in my day stories.
Right.
You got the...
You're just going like you're too old now.
I know. No.
You're not that old.
I'm not that old. I try to stay hip.
Yeah.
Right? You know, do the dap. Handshake thing.
Yeah.
Dad jokes. I can do dad jokes.
There
Puns. You know, that's my age. I'm the Gen Xer. So you get to talk about the internet and cool electronic things, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Millennial things. You know, because they do apply. There's going to be a lot of millennials on these podcasts, you know, coming up.
Probably.
Yeah, it'll be hard to, like, blow off the dust of some of these Gen Xers, But I'm gonna try.
You gonna get some comments on that one?
I'll get some. Blow the dust off of those guys.
Yeah.
Come on up. Let's talk. Yeah. So I went reserves. Started out in the reserves, and then went active duty. Germany was a great place. Definitely awesome to be single there. Because from Germany you traveled all over the place. Paris, Amsterdam. Just anywhere 4 hours away.
Right.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I went through Amsterdam. I didn't get to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't get to stay?
Nope.
Why not?
Nah, coming home on emergency leave.
Oh, well, yeah. You're in a hurry.
No, right.
I don't blame you. I mean, you didn't have time for that shit.
Nope.
Which was interesting. Amsterdam was fun. Nothing that we could talk about, though. We've got... Yeah, my wife, she's going to be like, what do you mean? Don't worry, I'll get the 3rd degree on this. She's like, you're saying things. What do you mean? I'm like, nothing. I'm just being, funny. Trying. Losing. Failing.
No, not so much.
Failing. But,
and that one, yes, probably.
That was a fail. So, you might hear that word a lot, so. It's my, yeah, I know. Sometimes, like the
Kinda
ums.
like the likes.
You're trying to think about what you're going to say, and then it comes out as a so.
Right.
I'll try to prevent myself from saying that because you're on one train of thought. Try to jump tracks.
Mm-hmm.
What is your word?
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there you go. Right. So right. We, long dramatic pause. There'll be maybe some background music for effect on that one. We shall see. I don't know. We have my son, Ty, who normally I keep him in the attic. But I've unlocked the attic door to allow him to help us with the technicals of this podcast.
I didn't know you forced him up there. I thought he went by his own.
Well, he did. I put a computer up there.
Oh, so I see.
Yeah, it's like a bait. You're like, hey, there's a computer up in this. Just go through the door.
Right.
And then he walks in. I go, Chaka! Lock it up.
You got him at a young age too, right?
Exactly.
This thing's cool. Watch what it does.
Exactly. So Ty, my son, has been up there, and he, I let him out every so often, because he's got a window, but he's so high up he can't do anything.
Yeah.
He can't escape. I mean, I think I caught him one day with his extension cords going out the window, but then he was just dangling still 2 floors up.
Right.
So, I'm like,
I should probably get him down.
That's right. He learned his lesson that day.
Yeah.
But no, I want you to say that no children were ever harmed in the making of this podcast.
Right.
That's what happens before the podcast.
Yes.
Well, there we went the
We'll have to edit that one. You didn't see that. I went.
Oh, no. That's all right, All's fair in podcast and war.
As long as you got Ty, his son.
That's right. The magic guy. So, what was your first duty station? Savannah.
Yeah, on Army Airfield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After you went through the basic training and stuff like that. Obviously Benning for you, because you're...
Correct, yeah. I was 11 Bravo.
11 Bravo.
11 Bravo. All my training was at Benning. All of it. Through OSIT, 1 station unit training, airborne, RIP.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, airborne.
Airborne?
We all got the jumps. How many jumps you got?
35, 36.
Nice.
Not very many.
No, I mean, that's still... I got 77.
Oh, I thought you would have got more than that.
No, why?
Well, Rob's got 100 or something.
Well, yeah, but Rob loved...
Y'all were the same time, right?
Well, so Rob, he actually did the teaching of the jump master course.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So, yeah, he got a little bit more.
Right. Well, I don't know. Y'all also had the more pool than everybody else. So.
Well, but at the same time, we did a lot more deployments.
Very true.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of y'all's rotations.
Oh, yeah, man. 3.5 years of my life was spent in Afghanistan. Almost 3.5.
Yeah, total, right?
Total, yeah. Aside from that, trip to Yemen, trip to Bosnia. That was my first trip.
Yeah.
That's an eye-opener.
Is it?
Yeah, because I was 20 years old, go to Bosnia, watch the Serbs, probe for mines, and they had the big long stick, and we used to have I bet you $5, this guy's gonna hit one and blow up, for sure. Because they were hard at stabbing. Wow. Oh yes. That's and they actually found a couple.
Really?
Yes. But
And it didn't blow up.
It didn't blow up. We blew them up though,
Oh.
not the Serbs, but the mines.
Just
But
to
it,
be
it was interesting. I mean, that was that was an eye opener because we also did the recovery
Uh-huh.
or marking. We didn't actually recover, but we did the marking and clearing for the known and recently identified mass graves that the Serbs and the Bosnians put in the ground.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yes. Now that's an eye opener.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine.
Body parts everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that was Germany though. So that was 90,
That was Afghanistan for me, so I understand that part.
98 for me back in the day. It's back in the day. Yep.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah, I'm old. I told you, Gen Xer. Let me tell you something. Back in my day.
There you go.
Oh yeah, no shit. There I was.
Yep. You got to do the voice
Look
with
at-
it from now.
No, from now on,
Yeah.
do the voice.
It just sells it better.
Yeah, of course, because just wait. One day I'll have a big white shaggy beard.
Yeah, going around to all the reunions.
Yeah, so
Yep.
miss a couple of teeth out in the front. Look like from Sheriff Woody's. The whole old
yeah.
miner guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be. I'll be
There
that
you
guy.
go.
I just need the hat that flips upward. But aside from that, we've got Germany. From Germany, my first attempt to selection didn't make it. Didn't make it. It was cold, November, December. 2000.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That's what I went through in training too.
Cold.
I went through grip in January.
But didn't quite make it there. Came back to Germany. I said, I'll probably be back and do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and called, those guys down there and moved my butt to Fort Bragg, where I never left again. That was like the black hole. Fort Bragg is the black hole of the Army.
Next to Benning, yes.
Once you're there, I mean, they'll let you go
Only
for the
so far.
deployments,
Yep.
and then you're right back.
Mm-hmm.
Almost went to Korea, though.
Oh.
Almost. So 2001, did my trip to, well, that's where I did all my schools was 2001. So I did sapper school early. It was freezing cold up there. It snowed on us out there. That sucked. PLDC in the middle, and then Ranger School at the end. Which, by the way, Ranger School was where I was when September 11th hit.
Mm-hmm.
All the cadre are like, gather around, Rangers. 2 planes hit the World Trade Center. And I'm like, don't believe them. They're mind fucking us. Don't believe them. But then it was true. And then all the bat boys, oof, they were pissed. They were like, oh, I'm quitting so I can go to war.
Yeah.
And then all the Ranger cadre said, if you quit and you go needs of the Army, you will not go back to Ranger Bat.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
they were a bunch of
they're quick to remind you.
They were a bunch of sad little bat boys.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Which me, I wasn't a bat boy. I went through as an engineer in the 82nd, 307th Engineers.
Mm-hmm.
There was a few of us sprinkled about.
How was it getting that slot? That's what I meant to ask.
Oh, PRC. So I took the scenic route, PRC.
Let's see.
Yes.
Explain that, please.
Well, I went in like July,
Uh-huh.
and at the end of it, there's like 15 of us that started.
Mm-hmm.
6 of us right towards the end,
Mm-hmm.
and then I minored out.
Really?
Oh yeah, really? Yeah.
Damn.
Oh
That's
yeah.
gay.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, the cadre minored me out. He wrote me up a couple times. We'd be in the woods, and he's like, "Sapper, where are you, Sapper?" Because
That guy, huh?
he was that guy,
Yeah.
I think. But anyways, yeah, so I can't. It was wrong. My knot was like messed up, I think.
Oh,
We were doing planning. He looked over at my rucksack. He's like, "Come here, Sapper. This isn't how you do this knot." And then that was it. Too many miners. So out I went. Then there were 5. We had one long tabber going through PRC there.
Yeah.
And then he left because I lasted longer than him. I just want to say.
Oh yeah.
I forget his name though. So then I went the next month, the very next class, because I don't know when to stop.
Right.
So I made it through that. In fact, that guy, we were out there. I had to grab this guy, and I ran with him so many distance, and I put him down. And that guy's like, "Oh, you did a great job. I'm gonna give you a plus." Like,
Nice.
oh no, I was like, I didn't do it for you.
Right.
I said that. I was like, because I'm cocky, and I was like, I didn't do it for a plus.
Right.
I
Just so you know.
yeah.
Yep.
You can keep your
Let the
goddamn
record state.
That's right. I was like, you can keep your goddamn plus.
Yeah. No plus. Give me a minus, matter of fact.
Yeah. Give me a minus.
Oh, man.
So, you didn't do PRC, though. You did the...
I did, pre-ranger.
Well, that is PRC.
Yes.
You did PRC.
Well,
Pre-ranger
yeah.
course.
Because I heard that a lot of other units had one. Just Bragg's and was the closest to, like, pre-ranger.
Okay.
Because we always had pre-ranger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you had to go to that.
So the Rangers always had pre-ranger. I didn't know that. Well, but that's what the RIP was.
No.
No, that's totally different.
Yeah.
Tell us more. I don't know.
Okay. Well, RIP gets you in battalion.
Okay.
Well, and pre-ranger is right before ranger school for us.
Okay. Gotcha. So you're in battalion. So you get smoked and you're in battalion.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
Right.
And then what? And
Well,
then you got to wait for a slot. 'Cause I know.
Then you're a ranger and you learn tactics as a ranger.
Okay.
So you can deploy in between the times and earn your slot to go to ranger school.
Gotcha. Okay.
More or less, scrolls a way of life. The tab's just a school.
True that. I agree. I don't roll around going, I was a ranger.
You're right.
No, I don't.
Well, you were a long tabber. You probably want somebody to say something to you about it.
Nah. You know, I got all the tabs, though. Because I got
Right.
the sapper thing. That was the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go around I'm a sapper.
All right.
Well, we got it before it was actually a wearable tab.
That's right.
That's how I got it. Yeah. I think his name was General Flowers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was the guy who authorized, like, as a parting shot before he retired, he's like, tab, wearable! And he, like, faded off in the mist, you know, as generals do.
Yeah.
Aside from that, so that was 2001. That was a busy year for me because, you know, did all the schools.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from there, we went on our first trip in the 82nd to Afghanistan.
How long was that one?
02 to 03. It was a 6-monther, I think.
Okay.
5 months, something like that. I actually tried to stay because, you know, I was single at the time and I didn't care.
Right.
We were in Charlie Company and
Yeah.
Alpha Company was coming in, and actually they even like threw it out there to me, and I was like, yeah.
Right.
But then my first sergeant was like, fuck no.
How come?
He didn't like me.
Oh.
Oh yeah. He told me if I was in his ranger class, he actually said this. If I was in his ranger class, he would have peered me.
Wow. Why? What was his deal?
You know, I was cocky, I was young, and I thought I knew everything.
Right.
And my platoon sergeant was a little bipolar, or a lot.
Depending on who you ask.
Oh, yeah. So, anyway, we were out. The whole platoon was in one area, co-located. Mm-hmm. And the first sergeant, or my platoon sergeant, was just like, well, he had it out for me because they went off to do something during the changeover with the 101st.
Mm-hmm.
I was left behind to be the, battalion engineer sergeant to plan for the first big op for Task Force Panther. Mm-hmm. Did that. They came back. The officer, obviously, the lieutenant, he had to jump on board with the mission because that was his thing. The platoon sergeant was like, great job. I want you to bump one of your guys so I can come. Oh, that's what he said. And then I was like, fuck no.
Right.
Oh, I said, and my literal words were, there is no way I'm going to decrease my combat effectiveness just so you can tag along.
Right.
Which...
he should, as your...
Oh, I won the battle.
Okay.
But I lost the war.
How so?
Oh, because after that it was on the phone to the first sergeant. Stanfill did this. Stanfill did that, Even the squad, you just get all pissy and be like, you guys are going to go and ruck around the whole base,
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it was stupid. But, those were learning events for me.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, I learned a lot with that one. The whole winning the war, losing the battle,
right.
Type thing, or winning the battle, losing the war. Yeah, that's what I meant. Well, those were the jobs. I mean, because at that point, I was squad leader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was my squad, and, I was young and arrogant and thought I knew everything.
Right.
Because I had a Ranger tab. Really, I mean, when I took the board for the E6, I had the Ranger tab, and they're like, "Oh, I got no questions. Anybody else?
Really?
Anybody? Nope.
No shit.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
No questions for that board.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, yeah, all right, good, awesome.
Man. Were you still on 82nd?
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh yeah, no, like, did I mention I was arrogant and I had a big head on my shoulders?
Yeah.
So we'll say there might have been an ARC 15 later on down the road that dropped me back down a notch.
Right.
Another valuable learning point.
Yeah, my buddy that was in 2nd Battalion and went to regular Army a year prior to him getting out. He was telling me about how it was very easy since he come from battalion.
Oh yeah.
Even without a tab.
Yeah, combat scroll.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he has scrolls on both sides.
Oh.
He got to go to Australia and all kinds of other places.
Nice. Of course,
Yeah, and I was like, dang, I stayed in battalion and just went from Savannah to Afghanistan.
Yep.
Yeah,
So when was your first trip?
09.
09.
Mhm.
Is that pretty kinetic?
What do you mean?
Kinetic. Yeah, like people shoot and you shoot and
yeah.
kill a bunch of people?
No, didn't kill nobody.
No?
No, we stayed on that deployment. We were QRF most of the time. It was pretty irritating, actually.
Gotcha.
Crammed in 47 with nowhere to go. With just packed in there like sardines. Crazy.
Is that where you lived? The 47?
Yeah.
I can just imagine you guys now, all strapped in, hooked up. We're ready!
No, it was all.
They're like, there's not even a QRF event.
I wish I could have been.
But we're ready!
Right.
Don't you know we're Rangers? We're ready.
Right. Shoot, it'd been nice to be able to stand up. Oh,
Yeah, I was like, man, it's like week 3. I haven't moved from this spot. And,
It was rough. And cold, man. It was really cold.
So you're in 09?
Yep. That was 09 to 12.
Okay.
09 from August to December.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not too bad. 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, it was about right after months.
How many times did you go?
4 times.
4 times. Well, that's
I got to stay home. They were nice enough to let me stay home for my little girl being born.
Oh, that's
my
nice.
oldest.
Well, that's impressive. Because
Not a whole lot of units that do that.
no.
I'm sure it had something to do with the length of our deployments too, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, randomly, I want to tell you,
Yeah.
armadillos
Uh-huh.
carry leprosy.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no shit. So if you find yourself in a face-to-face situation with an armadillo, especially the 9-scaled, 9-banded
Yep.
armadillo, thank you. See, you didn't know that, but he knew the type of armadillo we're talking about.
Right.
Just, no kisses, don't eat it.
Because we know your first thought is to kiss it.
Yeah, it's that swapping of the fluids. That's what gets you leprosy. Just remember that. Apparently a lot of them have it. Mainly down in South, like South America even. Amazon.
Really?
The crazy armadillos that run around the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Texas, Florida,
Yep.
those places. They have it. Like the roly-polies,
Yeah.
So there you go, random fact. Back to you.
I didn't prepare
What?
a random fact for today.
No random fact.
No.
How
You
dare
had
you,
it.
son?
I didn't because I thought you were doing it.
I did
My
a
bad.
random fact. Wait, come on, you gotta have something.
That's fine. No, I don't have one right now.
Okay.
I'll make sure I do
Oh man.
for the next one to be continued.
To be continued for random facts.
Yes.
Okay, sure. I get you.
Slacker.
Slacker. So, from Germany, came to the 82nd, did all that cool stuff. 02, 03, that was our first trip. Not a lot happened there. Probably why I got in so much trouble. Not a lot happened. A lot of time on our hands.
Oh, really?
Got back. I said, see ya, 80 deuce, and I went back to selection. Because it was either that or get the hell out. I was done.
Yeah.
Done with regular Army stuff.
Right.
So, and at the SF, they finally said, yeah, you're good to go. So I made it through selection. 04 to 05 did the thing I 18 Charlie,
Mhm.
Special Forces engineer. So I didn't have far to go, and being the fact that I was already sapper qualified and did all the sapper stuff really helped me in the Charlie course, because got me in more trouble because I was bored. Oh yeah, I remember where the instructor's talking about something and we're doing improvised demo, and there was the batteries and the SOS, steel wool stuff, and I was playing with it and it went. Everybody stopped and looked at me. I'm like, yes, I wasn't the best of students, but I got straight A's. We'll just put it that way.
Right.
How about that?
There you go.
Oh yeah. Aside from that, let's see, went through the course. Then I met my first team in Afghanistan. So when we first got there, I was initially to stay for like a whole month. When you show up at a team, you don't go out to the team.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the new guys sit and they call them RSTs, which is a support team. You're part of the support team.
Gotcha.
Well, again, I got bored. And the sergeant major didn't like that.
Mm.
He was bipolar too. I won't say his name, but there was a nickname for him, and bipolar was it,
No.
No, he just got, man, he didn't like me. So like we were good, and then we ran across some Brits on the compound, and we took them to the range and we went shooting.
Uh-huh.
And we came back and we drove by him and we waved and he waved, and as I drove by, I'm like, ow, something. And I looked in my rearview mirror and he was like this. I mean, I could feel his glare.
Mm. Man,
I know.
That's a.
And I'm like, what could it be,
Right.
So the rest of the day goes by, and then my buddy and we head off to the PX because we're down in Cav.
Mm-hmm.
And we have this BRDM, which is a wheeled little tank thing that the enemy usually has, but we had it there as our like little trophy thing.
Yeah.
Well, he comes bouncing out behind it.
Mm.
Who were you with?
I'm
like, oh, with the Brits? What were you doing? I was like, well, we all went to the range. I don't want you hanging around with those Brits. Blah, 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 blah.
What do you have against the Brits?
Because they had access to alcohol.
Oh.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Unbeknownst to me, I mean, we just
Right.
got there,
Yeah.
But we're just like, well, we're just, met these guys, want to do some relationship thing, building, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Not having it.
No. He yelled at me and took me to the thing. He's like, I'm going to take your tab, so like, whatever. Aside from that, so that was the first trip. So with me being the troublemaker that I am, apparently, they managed to get me to the team early.
No.
So I got to my team, and it was like, first thing was like a 2-week thing out.
So, I mean, wait, sorry to stop you. You say you're a troublemaker, yet you're still working in your favor.
Hey, it's not a bad thing, I guess,
Exactly.
but once the big hairy eyeball and target was on me, it's
Right.
like you couldn't do anything. You get in trouble, and,
Yeah. Domino effect.
it's a domino effect, and then it's just like,
Right.
yeah. But it also worked out. Yeah, and the team itself, like the team leader, I knew from my first trip in Afghanistan, because he was, we had worked together for a little bit. So we recognized each other, and then we went through the Q course together a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So we had some ins there. But aside from that, they showed up, threw my shit in the truck. They're like, come on, you're out.
Damn.
Jumped out, got on the first mission. We had fun. Just rolled from there. So that was 05, 06, and then did a high five with the 7th groupers. We hang down there in Gecko. 06, 07, I went to a school when the thing started, and I didn't want to. They're like, yeah, nothing ever happens that first month. That's what they told me.
Right. No,
Yeah.
that's when the most happens usually.
Oh, of course, yeah. Operation Medusa, was all over the news and everything, and it's like, there's a book out, go read Lions of Kandahar. You won't see me there. Why? I was in the school. They couldn't even mention that. Yeah, we got this other guy on the team, but he's in a school. I didn't even get that. Not an honorable mention.
Not even at the
No.
Not a footnote?
Nope, not a footnote.
Wow.
We have another Charlie, but he's in the school. They could have even had a conversation about me in the book. Like, oh man, Brian's missing out. You know? And they're just like, yeah, Brian's that other guy. No. So that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to write my own book, so fuck you.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Nah, Rusty is the guy who wrote the book, him and an actual author.
Mm.
And that was all about the exploits of taking Spear 1 car. So good on them. He's a great guy, doing other awesome things. Maybe we'll get him on here on the show.
That'd be cool.
That could happen. He loves the camera. I'm just going to say. He loves the camera.
Well, perfect candidate then.
Yeah.
You can have my spot.
No. No, you're there, all right? That's right. You know, you got your little name on the back of your little fold-out, studio chair. God, you get your personal assistant. Because this is, a high-rolling gig.
That's right. Yeah.
Pays, nothing.
Right.
But, I retired. I had, like I said, 6 trips to Afghanistan. The one to, so like 7, 8 in all, I think. And then I got out, decided to be a general contractor and build a bunch of shit.
And obviously do a podcast.
And do a podcast. And write books.
Yeah. And
what? Sing.
There's a lot of stuff.
I love karaoke.
Oh, yeah. After basic, airborne, and then RIP, I did attend Ranger School. I didn't finish. But I was lucky enough to not get kicked out of battalion at the same time.
Yeah. Was it an injury thing?
Yeah, he catted. But I begged the doctor to let me stay. But by the time I got back, my temperature dropped, and for some reason he said that since my temperature was as high as it was when they got to me or something, he won't let me stay. But he said I could still come back in the winter.
Like how bad was your temperature?
I don't even remember.
Did they tell you?
Yeah, they did it. They told me what it was. I just don't remember what it was now.
Now, was it so bad that you're doing the kicking chicken and all that stuff?
I don't even remember. When I went down, that's all I remember.
Nobody's told you after the fact, what happened to you?
I didn't ask him either. Though.
Oh.
I was once I found out. For one, I was pissed off he was gonna make me leave, and once he told me I was gonna leave,
that was it.
Oh yeah, I was out. Yeah, I didn't stay around and try to ask nobody.
Oh, I got
They
you.
were already out in the field anyway.
Oh, okay. You were out. I mean, there's obviously a time for out processing, right? Or they're just like, hey, you're not coming back, and there you go.
That's
Truck
kinda
leaves
what it was.
tomorrow, huh?
I have my car right there, so.
You had a car?
Yeah, I drove my car to Derby.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess you're there.
Yeah.
That's right. You're right there, right next door.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't I was fortunate in that aspect.
Gotcha. How far did you get?
Yeah, it ended right there at the end of Derby.
Into Derby. And Derby's the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I forget the names of them.
Oh, Derby Mountains in Florida.
Yeah, but didn't Mountains have its own thing? Delana guy knows, but
What do you mean?
I thought they were named after different things. You got Phase,
I got you.
Derby Phase. You've
Yeah,
got
Mountains
Oh,
Phase.
Mountain Phase. Yeah, I guess
Mountain
so.
Phase and Florida Phase.
True that. True that.
Phase. I was once told that there was a desert phase at one point.
There was a desert phase.
Oh, was that back in your day?
Back in my day. No, you know what though? There wasn't a Florida phase or a desert phase. I think they stopped it at the end of the 90s.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean right before I got there, we'll say.
Darn. I was.
But did you do pre-Ranger? Was there a pre-Ranger thing
Yeah.
there? So a 0 week?
Mm-hmm.
There was?
You talking about at Ranger School?
Yeah, when you go to Ranger school. So
No,
they
I
have
didn't.
0 week.
I don't think so.
Oh, because
If they did, I don't.
we
remember.
did it, and then they shortly did away with it, budget cuts,
Okay. Didn't know.
But I was curious if they brought it back.
I got you.
I was just curious,
I got you.
Um,
No,
No.
and I don't remember doing a 0 week. Just pre-Ranger, then right into Derby.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, so that's pretty much us. And right now you have a side gig working with me.
Yeah. I am. Yeah. Doing contracting work with you.
Yeah. He does country singing. He's a good country singer.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Karaoke. Kicks ass. Aside from that, any other redeeming qualities?
Not so much.
Not so much. Well, not from this side either. Yeah. Well, there you have it. I guess this is us. We're gonna hold back some of our details because it'd be boring.
To throw
Otherwise,
it all out there.
yeah. I mean, if we throw it all out there now, it's like, what's to come back
Yeah,
for?
exactly. Why would we be interesting then?
Yeah. So we still got our war stories. The no shit there I was. Just wait for those guys. Always fun.
Yeah.
Plus, we're gonna have exciting, interesting people that we're gonna be talking with. So, like I said, gather around the mic, guys. Let's do this, and we'll see you next time. So, I'm Brian Stanfill.
And I'm Mike Phillips.
We'll see you next podcast.